So, my name is Hannah, and I am in the early childhood field. I have been in this field for 13 years, and I wanted to start this little journey by talking about my experience in the field. I've tried to do this in an aesthetic way to look all cute and to have my hair all done. It's just not worked out because I have 3 boys under the age of 7. Speaking of, I'm gonna go handle that. Hold on. So I've tried to do this in aesthetic ways. I've tried to do this in like setups and tried to be a little bit more prepared. But the reality is I have 3 kids and a husband, and I'm currently in between jobs right now, and you know what that means. So I wanted to talk about my journey in early childhood and what my plans are for my future. And I wanted to just, because I know how hard it is to follow someone and not really know their story, I wanted to start by talking about my education, my field, everything that I've experienced in the field as I have progressed in the field and what I've done. And this room's being renovated, so just bear with me. So, first things first, yes, I am an early childhood educator. I'm a provider. I have done a variety of different things. From the start, I was in a registered ministry, and then I went to a licensed childcare on a campus university, and I then stayed home, and I started an in-home with my two children, and then I, with the help of my parents, started an in-home out of a little house that they had purchased as a real estate investment. And then I got a job as a director at a childcare, licensed childcare for housing children ages 6 weeks all the way up to 12 years old. And that sounds like a really quick jump through everything that I've been through. I worked at the registered ministry for 2.5 years, 3 years. 3 years I worked at the registered ministry. And then I worked at the university childcare, where I met one of the most impactful people, not just my college mentor, but also I had my college mentor, and I also had my director at that childcare, who both of those people have and still support me in ways I can't even explain. I'm not going to get emotional. I'm going to stop myself when I get emotional. God has led me in every direction. He has led the way every step. He has guided every single journey that I've taken. He's guided every single new job. He has guided the closure of the registered ministry. He guided the closure of the licensed childcare at the university campus. He guided me in my in-home and my parents. He gave them the heart to invest in me and put this money towards something, and really didn't see any benefits from it I think I was there for about a year, a little over a year. We were in that house, and then I got this job at this childcare as a director. So I've been a teacher, I've been a float, I've been a lead, I've been a director, I've been an owner, and I've done it all myself, and I've been the cook, and I've done all of the things. I truly have. And I can't explain to you how much I've learned in my 13 and a half-ish years of childcare that doesn't mean the world to me. And one thing that I wanted to get with this video, and I had like a long video that I made, literally just walking you through every step of my journey. But honestly, what matters is what I've learned from each of those journeys and what I want to do now. So I recently lost my position as the director at this childcare. And I'm not going to name names because I have no ill will towards anyone, and I am grateful beyond measure for so many reasons. And this has given me such a purpose and a drive to do better and to be better and to work on the things that I know I need to work on. And they're not the reasons I got let go, but they're also, some of them are, some of them aren't. The reasons I got let go are business related reasons. It had nothing to do with my ability to be a director. It had nothing to do with my ability to take care of children or help facilitate classrooms or build quality management or even just supporting staff members in their professional development. None of that was in question in the process. So the biggest thing that I want to take with this, and what is my next step? I don't know what I'm going to do next. I don't know whether I'm going to end up back in a classroom. I don't know if I'm going to become a director again. I don't know if I'm going to choose to stay home and do some advocacy work and maybe find people who need guidance that are willing to pay me to help them. I don't know what this looks like for me. I just know that I have to put this out there because I know that I have been through so much in 13 years, and God has led me so far, and I have come so far that I can't stop now. And so what I want to do with this is I want to advocate, because early childhood is hard. This field is not easy, and there's nothing about this field that is easy. And it's not that I want to make the field easy. I want to make it easier. I want to make it a profession. I want it to feel like a profession, and like people can, which I did as a director. I tried to make sure I was very flexible with things and didn't make people feel guilty unless it really was just a true inconvenience to the facility at the time. But I want it to feel like you can take an appointment when you need an appointment. We've got the coverage. It's okay. Like, we understand. I want people to feel comfortable with where they're leaving their children. I don't want people to question the quality of care or the quality of the teachers. I don't want the directors to question, well, I can't find anyone else to do the job. I want to advocate that there's more funding towards those things so that it can run more efficiently and more cohesively. I want to see a better world in early childhood because it's so important. And it's so disheartening to see people getting out of the field because it is stressful. It is scary. It is a lot. It's overwhelming. And there are days where it feels like you can't do anything else. And there are days that you don't want to do it anymore. And I get that. I've been there. I've done it. But I think more than anything, what I want to get out of this is my next steps are advocacy. I'm going to be advocating for the providers, the teachers, the children, and the families. I'm going to be advocating for those people who have fought tooth and nail to try and keep their centers open because they need the funding and they don't have it right now. I'm going to do what I can on my end, on my side, to try and better the profession in whatever capacity I can. And if that ends up me going back into the classroom and I get to teach again for a little bit, so be it. I would take that because genuinely, I don't feel the fear of disappointing anyone anymore because I know my quality and I know my worth. And I know that God's led this direction. I know that God has put this on my heart. I was so burnt out. It's not even funny. And in the last 4 or 5 months of my job, I was just beyond done, to the point where I didn't want to get up in the morning. I didn't want to go to work. I was anxious to the nauseous extent that I was almost upchucking in the parking lot before walking in the door. And that, to me, was a sign that it was time to go. But I wasn't with the heart that I have for this field. I wasn't in the mindset to leave it without someone to take care of it. And so honestly, God works in so crazy ways, and he really did put this person on this board that could take care of this and really show it what it needs to be and set the example and set the precedence for what you need to hire. And when you go to hire someone, this is what the expectation is going to be. Great. Good. I'm glad that I could be a model for that. And I'm glad that hopefully, I pray to God that this next director not only is the right director, but is exactly what they need it to be. And that is given the resources that they need to be successful, because that's more than I can ask from them, is that they provide the resources to this person, whoever it is. Now, I don't want to go on that tangent because, again, I don't have any will, and I'm supporting them in whatever capacity that I can, and this is part of that. So from here, and if I can go into detail if it becomes of interest for me to go into each place that I've worked at and everywhere that I've experienced and the learning challenges and the things that I learned as the kind of provider that I wanted to be and where I wanted to go with it and why. But I think that this is the best place to start. I'm just starting here. I don't know what this is going to look like. I am throwing this together last minute because it sat on my heart. I saw a video on TikTok about somebody talking about getting educators out of the field, and it was kind of disheartening, not in the way that I think that they meant it. I get it. Needing to get out of the field when you're burnout. You don't have the heart for it, and that's okay. When people are done, and no one should be in a field that they're not happy with. But there are people out there who genuinely love the kids and genuinely want to be in the room with the kids and enjoy their job. And I want to be the person that helps advocate for those people and helps give them the resources that they need to say, oh, I just need a day off. Can I have just one day? I just need a mental health day. Great. We got coverage. We got subs, whatever it is. I want to know that that's happening. I really do. So I don't know what that means for me. I don't know what that looks like in the next couple of months. I have until August to figure it out. So August 1, I need to know what's coming in financially and what I can expect. But I know that from here, I will be pushing myself to be better. And that comes in a lot of different ways. And I will touch on those things later. You won't see my kids. I do have 3 kids, 7, 5, and almost 3. And then almost 7. He's 6. Almost 7, 5, and almost 3. So 6, 5, and 2 currently. And then I have 2 nieces that I watch 3 days a week right now through the summer. So whatever happens will happen, and I have to be prepared for that. And more than anything, what I want to say is, don't give up on the field. Parents, don't give up on the field. Teachers and directors, don't throw in the towel. I have so many suggestions and so many ideas and so many things that I want to spew at you guys. So I'm going to post this. This will be the first video that I post that's going to be live and everyone can see, and that's really scary for me. So I'm going to post it, but I hope maybe you'll follow along for the journey. I don't know how often I'll post. I don't know when I'll post. I don't know what I'll post. I have a friend of mine who is helping support me through this transition time in my life, and she's having me reflect a lot. And so she's having me do videos specifically to reflect because it's something that works for me for some reason. And so if I feel comfortable with them, I will post those, and I will literally just say, so-and-so told me to do it. If I can post her name, I'm sure she will tell me that I can, but if not, then it's okay. More than anything, I'm in the state of Indiana, and I'm going to be advocating for early childhood, and I will continue to advocate for early childhood because I know it's incredibly important, and it's a passion of mine, and I will not let it go. And that's all I got. Thank you, the devils. I'll talk to you later. Bye.